I'm glad to announce the new association for counsellors, which is a professional body for people who work in the field of holistic counselling. It includes not only counselling but also support in the sense of herbal support, nutritional support, and so on. So we want to invite people who are interested in counselling, and they are not per se psychologists, to participate in holistic counselling. It affords a way to open a practice and to really live out your calling.
Could you explain to me, do you need to have a psychology degree to belong to this association? I'm not so clear on that.
Joyce, a psychology degree can help because you have a background in psychology, but people who don't have a degree can register on a lower category as supportive counsellors. So those with degrees, they register in higher categories.
And is this association maybe to explain the health professions counsellors there, and then we also have allied. How does this professional body, ASCHP, fit into this total Department of Health structure? Can you please explain that to us?
We're very glad to announce that for the first time the informal sector now also gained recognition, because the counselling was the domain always of counsellors who are psychologists, but the informal sector was never regulated. Now this professional body is not a statutory body, it's a professional body for counsellors, but it belongs to SAQA as a registered body, and SAQA serves as a statutory body. And those designations like professional, supportive counsellor and holistic practitioner, those designations were registered on the National Qualifications Framework. So it makes it a fully recognized vocation for people who want to practice in this field.
So maybe just to clarify, so I can then, as a member of the public, for instance, verify that this person has a certification and a qualification to be in a space where they render a service. Is that possible?
Yes, the professional body is recognized by SAQA, but also registered under the ID 984. So it's listed as one of their professional bodies.
Okay,
it's called fantastic. The Association for Supportive Counsellors and Holistic Practitioners, and it was registered in terms of the National Qualifications Framework, which is the framework in control of all training, even for tertiary educational institutions in South Africa.
Do I understand that we're really rendering a focus in terms of the development of skill in South Africa?
Yes, definitely, Joyce. That is the main objective, to provide job opportunities for people. We want to invite all those people, youngsters with matriculation or even without matriculation, to do a skills training program in counselling and become involved. Our counsellors work in hospitals, in clinics, at churches, at police stations as trauma counsellors, and even in private practices. So it's an excellent opportunity for vocations.
I see that we're using the word holistic here. Does that imply that this person with this registration could become part of a support team that involves perhaps a medical doctor, a psychologist, and then maybe a supportive counsellor? Is that how we would maybe verify or put this person in a place where they can actually render a very needed service?
In order for us to distinguish between a psychologist, who could be a counsellor, and a counsellor in the informal primary healthcare sector, we used different designations. So the entrance level is that of supportive counsellor, which means they assist a counsellor in a practice, but then they can also upgrade to the level of holistic counsellor. And we use the word holistic because they don't only work in the discipline of psychology. They also work in other disciplines. Some of them use pastoral psychology, others use sociology or clinical sociology, and others do herbal healthcare and nutritional therapy to perform their counselling. So that broad spectrum we understand as holistic, referring to the whole person, body, soul and spirit.
Okay, and I see